Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're getting back into Ted Lasso. This is season 1, episode 7. And just when you thought everything was going so well, it fell apart. Let's see how it goes.
As you know, I've seen the first season, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see these guys watch these next few episodes to end of the first season.
We finally get Jamie to come around, become one with the team, and poof, just like that, he's gone. Yep. See what happens next.
All right, without further ado, then let's go! Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
No. Trevor, the bag has to go all the way in. Okay, it's all the space. Out of the way. Thank you.
Nate the Great knows how to do it.
A lot of these need moving around because this is going to...
Oh, is he going to get shut in there?
He sure is.
Can we move? Hello? Oh, there's someone in here. Oh, my God.
If you see John, Paul, George, or Ringo, will you take a picture, please?
Hey, you got it, big guy. Okay, hey, I better get a roll on here, all right?
Okay, and Mom wants to talk to you. Hold on.
I love you, buddy.
Love you, too.
Still haven't told him that John and George are dead?
They're what?
It was Keith Richards.
Richard.
Ted,
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How's work going? Everything all right?
yeah,
That was
and I'm
awkward.
sorry. I know this isn't easy, but the paperwork the lawyer sent.
No, hey, got it right here. I'll look it all over, sign it, send it right back, I promise.
Okay, thanks. Hey, good luck tomorrow. We'll be watching.
All right, now.
It's a pretty chipper attitude to have after just getting served papers.
Oof. Happy anniversary.
Woohoo! Girls trip!
Liverpool, here we come.
And I just want to say up front that I'm really flattered you asked me to come this weekend.
Oh, come on now.
But hey, we're both single. I think you are super hot. If I'm going to dip my toe back into the lady pool, I can't think of a finer body of water to do it with than you.
No, Keely, I think you're confused.
I was at first. Then I was like, come on, Keely. Blow off some steam and have some wicked sex with your new friend.
Her face.
Oh, God, I thought you were being serious. I mean, can you imagine?
Oh, I have.
Looks like we have a new passenger on today's flight.
Look at Higgins.
I'm going to go spend a penny before we take off. Yeah. See you downstairs, Rebecca.
Oh, that's okay. I always enjoy the antics on the team bus.
I need you to stay here this weekend, doing work that doesn't matter.
Ouch.
Wow.
What happened? Did Beyonce dump Jay-Z or something?
No, nothing like that.
Thank goodness. Just saying it out loud made me immediately sad. Let me see what's going on here.
Hey, guys, seriously, come on. Talk to me. What's up?
Oh, we're fine. Yeah, I'm all right. Okay.
We're in a shit because we never in Everton and it sucked shit.
How long has it been since y'all won up at Everton?
60 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Coach, you've torn your butt a few times, right?
3 times.
3 times. Butt's an amazing muscle. God is my witness. your butt will heal. Silver lining here with O'Brien's tore butt is that my man from Montreal is going to be filling in at goalie. Give it up to Zorro.
Oh, it's pronounced Zol.
I'm sorry, Zorro.
Zol.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So let me hear it. Richmond on three. 1, 2, 3.
Richmond! Right, come on, let's go.
Ain't gonna win with that attitude.
Who's with confidence?
How worried are you about the threat of relegation?
Well, Lloyd, right now I'm mostly concerned with the definition of relegation. Huh? What you got for me, Marcus? I think one of the neatest things about being a coach is the connection you get to make with your players. You know, that's a loss that hits me a lot harder and it's gonna stay with me a lot longer than anything that happens while playing a game on a patch of grass. All right, see you fellas in Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah. It's just everything he says is just the right
last
thing.
one there's a Scotch egg.
How do you not love the guy, right?
He's gonna find Nate the Great.
There he is.
Not the first time, I'm guessing.
There's our intro. Boy, just when I thought we were starting to make a little progress with Rebecca, she goes and backslides on us and breaks our hearts.
She got the old anniversary. She got the old anniversary update. She was salty, and you can't really blame her, I guess.
Here we go. It's the presidential suite. Overseas satisfaction. Would you like me to show you the various room amenities?
No, thank you. My lady and I want to have a quick shower before we hit the town tonight.
Welcome to Liverpool.
After that, it's either going to be movie night or a pillow fight. What's it going to be this time around? Come on. Hey, all right. I tell you what, y'all say pillow fight one time, and we'll never watch another movie together again.
That's your call.
Thank you, sir. See what we got here. Woo! Room 5150. Finally, Sammy Hagar, greatest lead singer in Van Halen history. In the post David Lee Roth era.
Some would argue. Some would argue.
Hello, Sudeikis. Still giving you the big room, even without old grey walnuts footing the bill. Good. Grouper. Hey, what's new? Still, weird order for him to roll out that information. Right, what's in the plan for tonight then? Shall I cool down, get myself a robe? Oh, look what I've got. Ta-da. Still look for room service trolley outside.
You're amazing. I'm Keely, by the way. Hi. Yeah, I know who you are, honey. My ex used to masturbate to you like a maniac, so...
Oh, hey, look what they're watching!
Oh, giant robot.
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant, excuse me.
It's like Hulk.
Hey, I'm just asking for your opinion. You understand that, yeah?
Yeah.
And you got one, yes?
Yeah.
Locked, loaded, ready to rip?
Mhm.
I'm here.
No.
Why not? What are you afraid's going to happen if you don't?
That you won't like my idea and it makes you hate me. Then you fire me, then I have to move back in with my parents, and they'll be ashamed of me, and then everyone finds out back home and laughs at me until my face melts off. Excuse me.
It's going a little far.
He's got confidence issues.
At least he didn't stammer.
Okay, I got to go take care of a couple things. I'll see you in the morning, all right? Hey, do me a favor. Keep an eye on these guys, because around the 74-minute mark, there's going to be a room full of grown men crying.
I'll be one of them.
God, I wonder if Kleenex. The ex must have something going on that she's pressing for papers like that.
My sexy and extremely single friend here actually prefers her desserts on the larger side. That's something you could possibly accommodate.
I'll give you a few minutes.
Thank you. Sorry.
We are.
Can't believe you just did that. Right, I'm going for a smoke. Stinky?
No, don't smoke anymore.
What? And yet, you're still on fire. Mm.
Oh, how's this gonna play out?
Or may I suggest flushing it again, but harder? Okay, bye. Hi, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing? I was wondering if y'all had a fax machine.
Fax machine?
A fax machine, hey? Are you sending something to the year 1997?
Yeah, just a little note to myself telling me to buy Apple stock.
Oh, good idea. Can you tell me to murder J.K. Rowling, write the first Harry Potter book as well?
Can do. Yeah. I'll probably write handle instead of murder, so there's no paper trail.
Yeah, that's not Rebecca.
How do you mean?
No, the real Rebecca is silly. Strong, yeah, but not cold. Have you ever heard her sing? No. Oh, beautiful voice. Her and Nora would sing through the door for hours.
You want to build a snowman?
Yeah, you're onto something, Oak. There's no reason he would have to do this like ASAP while he's on the road for a game. She's got something going on.
Well, it's not like, well, at least they haven't presented it to us that it's been drug out.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, dude. Is she getting married? Dude, she's getting married. She needs this to be finalized. Something's going on.
Something.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm so sorry.
You're what? What is this?
It's just my thoughts on the team.
Go, Nathan. Come on, it's past curfew. Go, get out of here.
Got a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on here with Ted.
The alcohol. Well, do you think this is a one-off, or do you think this has something to do with his marriage?
Oh, I think it's the marriage and the divorce papers.
Welcome to Goodison Park. I'm Arlo White here with Chris Pout.
Okay, guys, got some snacks here.
The dog.
Are you drunk?
You're giving the pregame talk. You're going to read this.
I know.
It'll be fun.
Fun.
No.
Oh, this is going to be good. I can't wait.
Isaac.
Oh, yeah. You got this, brother, right? Yeah.
I've noticed of late that you've been playing like a big dumb pussy.
What the you say to me, bro?
You're more concerned about looking tough than actually being tough. There's a way to be intimidating without being physical. I hope you don't mind me saying. Sam.
Oh, no.
You're constantly getting beat on the wings. It's because you're indecisive. You second guess more than a shitty psychic. The only African I know more imprisoned by their own thoughts is goddamn Nelson Mandela. Oh, you think that's funny, do you, Colin? You know your fancy step over bullshit. Let me ask you this. Do you wax your pubes?
What?
Did I stutter? Do you wax your pubes, yes or no?
No.
Then why are you always trying to play like a Brazilian?
Now he's getting into
What just
it.
happened?
Rojas.
Roast me, amigo.
Right, you say that football is life, right?
Football is life.
Yeah, well, then your defence is death. The only person I've seen lose a man more often is Carrie Bradshaw.
Sex in the City. Shh.
Yeah.
Tough but fair.
Right, Roy. You're old now and slow, and your focus drifts. But your speed and your smarts were never what made you who you are. It's your anger. That's your superpower. That's what made you one of the best midfielders in the history of this league. But I haven't seen it on the pitch at all this season, Roy. I mean, you used to run like you were angry at the grass. Kick the ball like you'd got it your wife. I say. But that anger doesn't come out anymore when you play. But it's still in there. And I'm afraid of what it's going to do to you if you just keep it all for yourself.
Holy shit. Who would have thought Nate comes out and just crushes it?
Let's go get these.
Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
See, told you it'd be fun.
That was awesome. What a speech.
That's what they needed.
I wasn't sure how that was going to go with Roy.
has happened. Richmond have won at Everton.
It's 1-0.
Hey!
All right.
Roy got a goal.
It's absolutely brilliant today. It's like a man possessed.
First time in 60 years without Jamie as a team. Now she's going to realize who she met was Ted.
Can I just introduce you to Sassy's
Marlboro Man.
I didn't know you were here.
Surprise!
I've been thinking about you a lot this weekend.
Oh yeah? How come?
It's you and your crazy hair keep popping up every time I turn on my TV. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face! Right, where are we going? Kaylee?
Well, Liverpool has much to offer.
Karaoke.
You're going to be
Nate the Great having a shot.
So, like, how can Rebecca be so negative about the team?
Yeah, but she's letting loose now.
Yeah.
She goes back and forth.
I know.
But here we go.
Hey, all right.
So,
What's Marvel Man's story then? Because I kind of want to grab him by the ears and ride that little moustache like a jet ski.
Jesus.
You're the one who stopped coming home, stopped calling, who made a 6-year-old girl wonder what she'd done wrong. I'll always be your biggest offender, but you have to own up to the part that you played. You're right. Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
You're not always right. Most of the time you're right.
You are? You guys ditch me. Who's this? Come on, Rebecca, your song's up next.
What?
Yeah?
No, I didn't put a song in.
Well, then someone else must have done it for you. Who could have done that?
See? You are an arse. Okay, I don't even know what song I'm singing, but I would like to dedicate it to the best friend a girl could ever have.
That is me. She's talking about me.
This is also dedicated to my goddaughter, Nora.
Let it go. Oh, okay. I didn't catch it right away. Hey, easy on the singing, Oak. You remember what happened I just
before.
lip sync now. I could hear you though.
Don't let them know.
Well, he's got a niece, yeah.
What's going on with our guy here?
I'm going crazy.
No more than anyone else.
Holy shit.
Hey, do me a favor. Just let Beard know I went back to the hotel.
Of course. You just get home safely.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Oh, she just saw a side of Ted she's never seen before. She always sees him as kind of bubbly, upbeat, never the guy who has any issues. It's like,
I tried for you.
And that was also the side of Rebecca that I think we all want to see.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to come with you, because that I can do.
I'm fine. Really.
Yeah?
Besides, that was yesterday.
You're wasting valuable time.
Yeah, I'm going.
Look at him looking good in all black.
Oh, Roy looks sharp in that
Got
triple
that
black.
red light.
That beard.
And that red light next to him.
Friends into lovers.
He's looking very stoic. Is he nervous?
I'm sharing the suite with Rebecca. We've got separate bedrooms, though.
Back to this room.
I don't think he's nervous at all, Oak.
Fear not.
He's been on the pitch in front of, 60,000 screaming fans.
You could still be nervous and go for it.
That's Roy Kent.
Keely's face.
But nothing to say.
Ted's given her the kind words, and she's been trying to sabotage the team.
How people can change.
He has no idea, does he? Look at that.
Guess we'll have to find out on the next episode how everybody's night ended.
Oh. Well, it seemed like all's well that ends well.
Well, I mean, given after what Ted did and the fact that he just had a panic attack, I'm not sure if he's exactly in the right headspace to be having, what he was going to have with Sassy Smurf there. But look, again, I think part of the appeal of this show that so many people have is with a character like Rebecca in this episode where you see her acting one way, like at the end of the last episode, or they sprinkle it in where you're like, man, why is she doing that? She'd be so much happier if she could just enjoy the team and try to bring some success to it and build something on her own. And we see those glimpses where she helps out Ted there outside the bar when he's having the panic attack about how she's there for Keely and everything. And it's just like, that's the side of her that we want to see. I think I might have said that even on the first, 1 or 2 or 3 episodes when we were in about, that's the version of Rebecca that I think as the audience that we all want to see. And it's like, it's trying to break out, but she just, for some reason, she'll stop it before it completely happens. So I'm hoping that she starts to see things, and maybe some of the team having success will give her the idea of like, hey, this is something that I can build. Jumping over to Ted's whole kind of arc this episode, I'm with you, Oak. There's something going on with those divorce papers as to why his wife needed them so immediate. It's like, hey, it's a weekend, presumably, with when they would play the soccer match or the football match. And can't this wait till Monday? Sort of thing. Like, where's the fire? What's going on? Why are we doing this now? So I think you're onto something, whether she's, getting remarried to be like a dagger to the heart at this point. So I don't know if it's that, but there's got to be something going on why she needed those divorce papers signed ASAP. And the little glimpse that we got into Ted, what I'm kind of wondering about him as a character is, was he always the guy that we have now, or was he somebody else, realized he didn't like who that person was, and then he became the Ted Lasso that we all know? So I think we got a little bit of a glimpse of that with Nate, with him kind of breaking down and having the panic attack, and with him having a little bit of anger in the previous episode. So I think that's a couple of things that I'm asking myself. And it was good to see that our friend Sassy told Rebecca, hey, sometimes, to get back to her, sometimes you got to take responsibility for your actions. Like, yes, you might have been, married to a guy who didn't exactly have some of the best qualities in the world, but there was things that you did during that time of your life that was on you. He didn't force you to do things like lose contact with Nora and Sassy. So again, I thought it was a great episode from a character development standpoint. And I think we're just getting more of what makes this show great. And what I like is, look, how many shows would have had them play the game and they would lose again, and then they would use that as some arc to go on to another story? I like that this show just gives you a lot of the simple wins that kind of make you feel good in every episode. And for some reason, this show just kind of like reminds me of a really, really good candy bar, where it's like, I'm going to have a bite of this sweet, tasty candy bar. It's going to be enjoyable and fun. It's not going to be a big, long, drawn out thing. We're just going to have a good time on each episode. So this one was no different. Loved it. It was great. Glad to see him get the win. Nate's speech was also awesome. They needed that. Big thumbs up for me on this one.
Yeah, incredible writing all the way around on this particular episode for me. Just top to bottom, I think the biggest thing that we saw here with Rebecca and Ted was a shared experience. And I think the one thing that, look, and everybody's experiences are unique, but I think the one thing that Rebecca, she feels like she's kind of on an island, right? Like, I'm alone in this, I've gone through this divorce, I'm being humiliated, or at least she believes so. And Ted comes in and he's this happy-go-lucky person that you have nothing in common with. She's ultra rich. And I don't care whether it's, soccer or sports or anything in life. When you feel like you're alone, that's tough. And knowing that you're not, and understanding that there are other people who are going through the same thing that you are. And it's not really like if I'm hurting, I don't want other people to be hurting. It's not a misery loves company type thing, as much as it is a knowing that you're not alone, just in general. Now, knowing that somebody close to you is going through the same things opens up doors to talk about it and things like that. That's why we have support groups, support groups of all types, because shared experiences and knowing that you're not alone and being able to talk to people is powerful. And we saw Rebecca see Ted for the first time, where she realized something is very, very wrong with him, and she knows, and all of a sudden she realizes and again, Rebecca's going through something bad, but when you can admit to yourself, I don't own all of the world's problems. There's power in that, because then you stop. I'm not going to say feeling like a victim, but you stop thinking okay, the world is out to get me. It's again, this is a shared experience. We're all going through some shit, and let's all dig in our heels and get through it together. And it was a very, that to me was one of the most powerful scenes that we've had in this entire series. And there's been a lot of them. I've said it before, I would have never guessed in a million years that this show would have the sort of emotional depth that it has. But that shared experience between those two was so powerful. There's so many things that are different between those two, literally across the pond. Their background, their lifestyle, everything different, but they had a shared experience, and I thought that was really powerful. Nate's speech, I thought, was absolutely incredible. And it's interesting that Ted made him read it, and I'm glad he did, because if you look at Ted's style, right, like it's like this ultra like I'm going to come in, be encouraging, tell everybody they the sun's shining on their back 24/7. And look, sometimes that's not what athletes need. Sometimes that's not what motivates people. And I've spoken about this before on, with other films where it was applicable. That was never what motivated me. I had a football coach in high school. It was a grab your face mask, slap you around kind of guy. We could do that a little more in the 90s than they did now. But like, he was fired up. He wasn't the, go out there and give it your best. It was, just go out and do what you got to fucking do, Yeah, but, F-bombs and whatever, and that's what motivated me. And to have Nate come out and just lay it straight and tell them what they needed to hear. Look, what you need to hear and what you want to hear oftentimes don't exactly line up. But Nate came out, and he was the person who, before, ironically enough, before Roy, he was the guy who would have never said that, because he was the one being picked on. And Roy is the one who kind of put the stop to that. And now he had the harshest, in some sense, but most motivating words for Roy. So that speech by Nate, coming from Nate, was wildly, wildly powerful. So that was awesome. Again, we saw, further kind of bonding between Keely and Rebecca. Then, of course, Sassy comes in the picture, and that's kind of interesting between her and Ted, because, I'm not sure if that's something that's going to happen long term, or if she's just supposed to be a distraction that he needs, or how that plays out. Or we found out she's recently separated, or divorced, or so maybe they're just both two adults having fun, which is absolutely fine. But I'm going to agree with you, Mason Quinn, and I don't know if it's going to make the cut, but I had mentioned the side with Ted drinking, a totally different side of him.
Even when they had his hair down and stuff, he looked like a totally different character.
Totally different.
Yeah.
And of course, the way he spoke with Nate. So sometimes I think what happens is there's people who drink very, very infrequently. And for whatever reason, they drink infrequently. And when they do have too much alcohol, maybe a different side of them comes out, and it's like, oh, hey, let's not let this happen too often. And I'm wondering if that was the case with Ted, where they were just trying to show us like, oh, this is how upset he is about everything. Like, he's this upset that he's drinking or whatever. And we never really got full explanation as to why Ted and his wife are splitting. Of course, she said that for years, I tried, I believe she said something along the lines of, I tried feeling the same way for you as I did when we first started, and it didn't work. And it's hard to picture Ted being a different person than he is right now, because, a lot of times that level of optimism, is just something that's a personality trait, as opposed to an act, I guess, for lack of a better term, or a way that, you're behaving for some sort of temporary period in time. But I'm wondering if Ted didn't have back issues. And like you said, maybe this isn't how he always was. Maybe this was his first time drinking in a long time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe him going out after having drinks the previous night and then, not having any drinks. Look, I don't know if I'm looking too much into this, or if they just gave us a whole lot more layers than we'd previously gotten in the other episodes. And either way it goes, they've got me completely hooked. Again, I continue every episode to be completely and utterly overwhelmed with the quality of writing in this story. One, because I don't know. When I think of Jason Sudeikis, I think Saturday Night Live. I haven't really seen him in a lot other than We're the Millers, and I guess I just never thought of him as being part of a story that could have this much depth, and the fact that they do it in the fashion that they do it with a lot of like good humor. I know we've got a few episodes left in this season, but this is one of the best written shows that I've seen in a long time.
Well, you talk about his drinking. Him and Beard do go to the pub and have a few beers, but they made a point of showing though that it was hard liquor.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going through something major in his life, so hence why hard liquor mixed with having the divorce papers right in front of him. It's
probably not the best combo,
Yeah,
right?
that's where I think it is. It's a bad combination, because you see him at the pub with Coach Beard. They're having you
A
know,
beer, yeah.
having pints, and they're, you know, loving life and talking about what can we do next and having fun. So that's where I think they're showing it that way with the heart.
and the
Yeah, no,
sons-
and then it's also his hair is different.
It's,
so.
it's a really good point, I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm thinking like, man, did he used to be maybe have alcohol issues, and that's like resurfacing? But you're right, they did show him just kind of having a few beers, and it wasn't really a big thing. So maybe it could be the liquor thing, like you said. But yeah,
Could also be, you know, like he's a coach. So what happens when you're a coach, especially on any college level or even high school level and more, you spend a lot of time working on your craft, working on your career, that, you know, your wife and kids maybe get left to the wayside. So maybe that's what it was part of it too.
There's a lot of that.
I don't know yet, because they really haven't divulged into that.
Well, that's the thing too. His son's little army man soldier was there too. So it's not.
Well,
just,
he's always kept.
He's always
that,
got it. So it's not like it's just Ted and his wife getting a divorce. Now his son is going to be a part of that, and they have to try to navigate that, and you know, to take him into consideration too.
And I mean, the limited they show how much he loves his son and how much he wants to be with his son. So you have that going for it. But yet letting Nate go and give the speech was brilliant. This is Bill Lawrence. This is what he does. His shows that they'll make you laugh, they'll make you cry, they'll make you get emotional. And then you have this. We're kind of laughing about Let It Go, and some of them are kind of crying, but then you have that boom switch to Sudeikis having his to Lasso having his panic attack and having to go outside, and then there's Rebecca like, hey, it's all right, and it's finally something that they, oh my God, I see what you're going through. You were always there for me when I was going through it. So you have both of that working together too. So it's just how they always do it and how they always did it in Scrubs. Spin City was more of a sitcom-ish, so it wasn't. They had emotion, but not to this level, which it just works so well for the show because you can't always be laughing, you can't always have drama. You got to have the levity, you got to have the dramatic stuff, and that's what they do in this episode. I thought encapsulated it really, really well, right down to the Keeley and Roy like finally shooting a shot, and then they passionately kiss. Right. All right, good night. Then he takes off.
Oh, such a Roy move.
Just takes off and. Well, you know, she thinks so. Once again, all around, another great episode, as expected. I mean, I cannot wait to get to season 2 and 3 because obviously I've seen season 1, and season 1 has been amazing so far.
I think it's worth noting that for somebody who the song has more personal meaning, the song "Let It Go" can hit hard. I mean, we have some fun with it, of course, from Frozen. If you saw our Frozen reaction, I said 80 million times, these guys gave me a hard time for it about me seeing it in Disney on Ice. And when you see it in that capacity, it's one thing to see it in a movie, but I saw it in an arena with, you know, have the back, whatever, blocked off. So probably 8,000 people packed, and you have everybody. And look, and people are singing along to everybody. For Let It Go, there's just people singing. And you think of it as like this family Disney type movie, but for somebody who's like going through it, you know, even like a guy, right? It's a very powerful song, you know, sung by some incredible female performers, including the original artist. But outside of a Disney context, that is a really, really powerful song. When you look at the core lyrics of the song about just let it go.
Well,
I mean, it's powerful.
4 newly single people in this episode. Keeley and Roy, or maybe have a budding romance there, but we got 4 people who are newly single, so they need to let it go.
Powerful song that they threw in here. For that.
We're not letting go of this series because we absolutely love it. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. Catch you on the next one, pals.
Football is life.
Carrying a guitar case.
Hello, shit. Coach, over here.
Oh, thank God.
Z-Man, Danny. Oh, you bien. He looks like a beautiful angel, man.
Oh, he was having fun at the karaoke.
They lost him.
Oh, I just didn't want to miss the bus, so I just slept in. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to vomit. Sorry.
That was our waiter. The tabloids don't found out.
Boy, out.
Oh. I got you a coffee.
Oh, thank you. Have you been up long?
Hour or 2. I guess 3 hours total.
Last night was fun.
Oh, yeah. 5 stars. Certified fresh.
There's our answer.
I'm going to go back to sleep and then I'm going to order a huge breakfast on your tab.
That's pro move right there. Yeah. Hey, I'll be your Underhills anytime. Okay, well, I'll see you around, I guess.
Oh, it's like, what did I do?
Oh, no, I think it's just more like he doesn't know what to do in this situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
how many
I'm
one-night
surprised.
stands has Ted Lasso had?
I'm surprised it went that way given where his mind was at. And maybe that's what he needed to just kind of let it go.
There it is. Who knows? For lack of a better term.
We just had a 5-hour bus ride where you didn't talk a lick. And that's a record by about 5 hours.
I slept with Rebecca's friend, Sassy.
Want to talk about it?
I'd love to. Yeah, immediately.
There you are. Thought this room was haunted.
No, we sorted that.
Mm-hmm.
Is now a good time?
Oh yeah, you can come in. She can't hear anything with those in.
You sure?
Gail, you think the royal family are lizards, right?
23, so young. What's she listening to?
Always murder podcasts. Right. I'm going to have to ask you to leave because she's about to go to town on my hamstrings and I make a lot of noises and I don't like people hearing my noises.
Cool. Right, I'll see you around, yeah?
Okay.
Coach, did you have fun?
There you go.
And did she have fun? Yeah, head movements making me feel queasy.
Okay, so then what's the problem? I mean, maybe I just
Wait,
haven't
when did he
really
get
come
there?
to peace with the
Higgins
fact
in
that I
there.
went from having a mental breakdown at a karaoke joint in Liverpool to, sleeping with a woman I just met.
That makes sense to me.
I must say that this is lovely.
He's got. Wait, what is his shirt?
Okay, here's another question for y'all. Should I tell Rebecca?
Oh, no.
Oh, come on now. Why not? I mean, it'd break my heart if I found out she was hiding something from me.
What's happening? You having a meeting?
Yep, I'm having lady problems. I'd love to get your perspective on it.
Ted, can I be honest with you?
Come on, let her rip.
You seem intent on going 12 rounds with yourself. Why? What did you do wrong?
He's right. Time to get you some of these.
What, scissors?
Yeah, to cut yourself some slack.
Wow. Tell you what, I gotta get y'all some satin jackets made with Ted Lasso's personal dilemma squad embroidered on the back there. Oh, that's a clunky name. There's gotta be something better here. Let me think. Oh, I know. How about the EQ Warriors?
The Knights of Support?
Sounds like a brand of jockstrap. The Proud Boys.
What about the Diamond Dogs?
And a boy, Nate. Diamond Dogs it is.
There you go.
Oh, come on.
Look
boy.
at the emoji. Oh, she's been on red all day. Oh, that's the worst. Getting left on red.
Yeah, come in. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh no, Roy's gonna come over and see Jamie there.
You know, everything happened so fast when Lasso dumped me.
Oh, come on. Lasso didn't dump you. Man said he wanted you back.
No, Lasso could have stopped it, but he didn't. Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
I dated a lot of girls, right? But you saw an even greater Jamie inside an already great Jamie.
You know, this is the first time you've been over to this house and you haven't sent me some, weird sex emoji, like the eggplant or the squirting water.
Or the little squirrel.
The little squirrel, I never understood that one.
Well, he's on a little nut, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Oh
Right.
no.
Do you want to have a drink with me?
Nah. Unless by drink you mean. So that's how you get sex, by not trying for sex.
Sometimes that is exactly how it works.
Oh no. Roy's gonna come over.
I don't think so.
Morning, boss. Now, you don't just get biscuits today. I also got you a little box of chocolate truffles.
Okay, don't do this to me.
What you do is take one of them truffles and smush it in between the biscuits like it's a little breakfast sandwich or something. Yeah, there you go. You got it. How much of the club they own?
2.9%.
I'm going to round that down to 2. Then I can call those gals the 2% milks.
Oh, God, they're going to adore you.
They're gonna adore you.
So, sweets and chocolate then?
No, just Rolos, yeah? No, that's Sour Patch bullshit over, yeah?
Well, that's a great start from you guys. Thank you.
Oh boy.
I asked you if you want to go get coffee with me yesterday and you said you were busy.
I was busy.
You never text me back last night.
Yeah, I was busy.
What about the kiss? You took off like it was a shit kiss and it was not a shit kiss. I was on fire.
I agree.
So what is your problem, Roy?
I've had a million one-night stands.
So have I.
Great, I don't know why we're bragging about it. But when it's all done, I feel like...
Shit.
Exactly. And I always end up with my watch being stolen or a story in the press about how my penis has a curve in it.
Does it actually?
No, I just make it feel like it does with my hips. Anyway, the point is, I'm trying to do this differently. I should have told you that. I apologise, and I am trying to be more honest.
Thank you. Okay then. I think you should know that I slept with Jamie.
Yes, I am aware of that.
I mean, last night. I didn't know what you wanted and I knew exactly what he wanted.
Right, so you him to get back at me for something I didn't even know I did.
No. No. Yes.
Oh.
Up, Roy. I'm really sorry. But I need you to be okay with this.
He's just grunting.
Well, why don't you just come and tell me how you feel about it once you've figured out how to speak again?
Figured out how to speak.
God,
I don't know why we're bragging about it.
Hi, Roy.
Oh, woman problems discussion. Diamond
Something on your mind?
dogs.
You are thinking about buying your first house. You just realized your dad might be a little racist.
Stop! He's in his 60s and he's from South London. Of course, my dad's a little racist. All I think about is Jamie Tart.
Woo-wee. Sounds to me like someone's trapped inside life's most complicated shape, love triangle. Second place, of course, is the I just walked in on my mother-in-law changing into her swimsuit dodecahedron.
Does my face look like it's in the mood for shape-based jokes?
No, Roy, it does not.
Shape-based.
Shape-based. Shape-based jokes.
I mean, are you two officially dating?
No.
Have you already slept together?
No.
Coach, you won't bring this home?
Grow up and get over it.
Sometimes it's what you need
The
to hear.
Diamond Dogs have struck again.
You little pricks.
Look at Nate.
Rupert, what are you doing here?
We came to celebrate. Rebecca.
It's nice to see you again.
And this is Ted.
Howdy.
Yeah. Join us for a drink.
There you go, Rupert.
Anything else?
Did he buy their 2.9%?
You are as delicious as ever.
God.
From your West End to your Marble Arch.
Keep your big bed in your pants. Thank you for your invitation, but we're actually here to meet with the Milk Sisters.
Oh, they won't be coming now.
Oh, no, did they expire?
What? Obviously, she needed a little financial aid from yours truly, but well, when we're married, what's hers will be mine. It's mine. Well, that'll stay mine because I learned from you.
You're engaged.
So you better join us for a drink. Everyone, drinks with us. It's on me.
Nuggets, please, mate. They're free. We want the boots.
Das Boot.
Hey, fútbol is life, capitán. Ay, qué felices.
Yeah, woman with the eyes.
Keely Jones, the Independent Woman insert on Sunday. Could you please elaborate on the hip movement that makes your penis feel like it has a curve in it?
Right, no more questions. We'll see you on the pitch.
Our club's nightmare is over now. I'm back.
Thank God, because Ted Lasso sucks. No offense, Ted.
All good, Baz. You, Jeremy, and Paul have been refreshingly candid about y'all's feelings.
Pretty cool Premier League gaffer knows our names.
All right, shut up, you twats.
So, Rebecca, it's time to be friends again.
Oh,
especially since Bex and I are going to be sitting with you every week in that Owens box.
I'm not going every week.
Well, I am. And every week when they shove a camera in my face and ask me how I think you're doing, I will tell them. It'll be relentless.
What a hole.
See what we got here. Hey, there it is.
Do you like darts, Ted?
Oh, they're okay. I'm more of a cornhole man myself. Yeah.
How about a game? I mean, we could, maybe wager, say, £10,000.
What do you think?
You're on.
Okay.
Double in, double out.
Whatever you say, Rupert Dupes. Yeah. Just let me know if I'm winning or losing, all right?
Oh, I forgot I had these on me.
Oh, of course.
I forgot I'm left-handed. I was going to be a hoot.
So we're going to
I forgot I'm left-handed.
But you never told me what you were too busy with.
Yeah, because it was private.
Are you dating other people? It's okay if you are. It's just that I want to know so that I don't look stupid.
It was yoga, okay? I do yoga with a group of women in their 60s. They normally only takes an hour, but Maureen's just been going through a divorce and she needed to talk about it and blow off some steam. We all ended up at GAY till 2 a.m. and then we had crepes in Ballums with some drag queens. Like I said, it's private.
Yeah, it's good for his core.
Unless it's going to make you run away again. I know that you want to take this slow and I really do respect that, but maybe I could just touch your ass a little bit, or you could touch mine.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Touch your arse a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Where's your manners? What? You're supposed to ask before you take something. For example, may I take this? No. Well, I'm taking it. Come on, I'm cooking for you.
Oh.
100! William Rupert, get in!
Shut your stupid little twat mouth around. Shut it.
Shall I be giving you the line-up card now, Ted? I shall be putting your Basanya back on defence where he belongs.
That's exactly what I said, didn't I?
No, it's not all Ted's fault. My ex-wife's the one who brought the hillbilly to our shores.
Oh.
Hey! Better manners when I'm holding a dart. Please.
Wanker versus Robert.
Yeah. Questions like, have you played a lot of darts, Ted? Which I would have answered, yes, sir. Every Sunday afternoon at a sports bar with my father from age 10 till I was 16 when he passed away. Barbecue sauce.
There you go. All right, that's got to turn Rebecca, right? She's got to want the team to win.
Rebecca, Ted, enjoy your evening. May, as always.
Oh, shit, that felt good.
Only one thing left to do now.
What's that?
Hey, there we go. All right. Get your boots.
Yeah, that's good. Straighten up. All right. Let me see.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me get my spot.
Oh, what are we doing here? Ah.
Hi, Ted. Can't hear you.
You had every opportunity to do the right thing, and you never did.
I should have been braver, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm saying this to you now. Stop it.
Or what?
I quit.
Oh, I know how this goes. You'll come back, grovel for your job, and I'll take you back. But I will make your life just that little bit worse.
God, she has such a split personality. It's like, who is this?
Oh, hi.
You arranged for the photographer to take this. Roy and I found it on a paparazzi camera card.
Oh, that's right.
Don't deny it or pretend that you don't know. Either you come clean to Ted or I'll do it for you.
Holy shit.
What is it, the last minute of this episode? Wow. Basically this whole episode was just kind of light and funny, and we're having fun with Keely and Roy, and everybody was having a good time. And like even the scene with the darts, it was still, it was just fun. Roy got to meet with the Diamond Dogs and get the advice, and everything was just fun this episode and lighthearted and kind of goofy and silly until we got to like the last minute where, folks, I got to know if when you were watching this, did the split personalities that Rebecca has on this show just absolutely drive you nuts? Because it's like, I even said it like, all right, this has got to be it. This has got to be where she turns the corner and she realizes that if she makes the team better than what it was, that that's even more of a win for her than just burying the team. I mean, I could walk in and do that. I can go destroy a soccer team. It's not hard. That's easy. And I just keep thinking that every episode, this is going to be the one where Rebecca finally turns it around. Because in this episode, you know, it was just a lot of kind of fun and stuff with like Roy. We didn't get really anything out of Ted with his relationship with the divorce or anything. That was completely not even in this episode. So all we really had, or all I felt I had to go on, was like the last minute where, again, this split personality that Rebecca has just drives me nuts. Like, and it's been like that for like the last, I don't know, 5-6 episodes where she's right on the cusp of like seeing it. It's right in front of her face what she needs to do. And then she just reverts back, completely missing the point of what Ted did for her and how the team, what they're doing for her. And they're actually, you know, they beat one of their rivals they hadn't beat in 60 years. Like everything is going well. And it's just, I just got to know how frustrated you folks were watching, because with me, it's just, I keep teasing myself that every episode is going to be the episode when she turns it around, and it wasn't this one, Oak.
It most certainly was not. The one thing that I'm going to say is a very difficult dynamic to navigate is her relationship with Higgins, because I'm wondering why he's even still there. Like if I'm her and somebody like knew, it's one thing if, you know, some of the players know, it's whatever. It's one thing if the media knows. It's like, it's always embarrassing to be the last person to find out something like that. And it's embarrassing when people around you knew. I mean, if anybody's, you know, had relationships go, you know, sideways like that, regardless of whether you've been married or not, you know, it's one of the first things. Well, did you know? Well, how come you never fucking said anything, you know? And so she's been, you know, working with Rupert, and he knew, and that's a difficult, you know, relationship to navigate. And this is one where I'm gonna just say, like, if I'm not. However, Rebecca navigates her relationship with Higgins, I'm good with, because that's tough. And you know, it was interesting. He chose the term "I should have been braver," though. I thought that was interesting. Not "I should have been honest," not whatever.
Yeah, he
chose the term "I should have been braver," which to me suggests that Rupert was like, "Don't fucking say anything. Say anything and you lose your job." And we know Higgins has a wife and young kids and stuff like that. And Rupert was like, "This is part of your job. Keep it quiet." So it's interesting that he didn't say "I should have been more honest." He used the term bravery, which was I don't think there's any mistakes in any of the writing here. I think every single line and every single, you know, conversation is meticulously written. So I found it interesting that he used the word bravery there. But yeah, it's like, but I think that's what makes Rebecca's character her character, though, is the back and forth, right? It's what it makes her so magnetic, is that you're just drawn to her, like, oh, come on. Like, we just want to see the positive side, and we get glimpses of that. And we get glimpses of Ted being the one to really just give her moments of sunshine, moments of happiness. I mean, God, how good did it feel to have Ted beat Rupert in that darts game, right? In his statement, like when he was talking about his dad, boom, that first one, I was like, holy shit. I thought they were going to split it up a little bit more, but that was so powerful. And here's the thing is that a guy like Rupert, he's got enough money. He just gets everything he fucking wants, right? Everything he wants. He buys everything he wants. He treats everybody like they're fucking second-class citizens. Look, and sometimes people who are incredibly wealthy do that. I have a handful of friends who are incredibly, incredibly wealthy who could not be more polar opposite. In fact, it's like the people who are the ultra are like, they're cool to everybody, but you know. So it was so good to see Ted beat him, and even threw, how about $10,000? Like, fuck you, dude. You know, like that. You know, we know people who do that. You just want somebody to admit, like, hey, I don't have that kind of money. Like, I
just
can't
throw
bet
around
that.
in a
To
dart
just
game,
throw around
yeah.
in a dart game. You know,
They underestimate.
like, yeah, it's like, you know, just an asshole move. And I mean, Rupert's just an asshole all the way around. And there was such a bright moment, and you saw like the joy in Rebecca's eyes when she found out she didn't have to sit next to him. And then what happened. But on the flip side, I think as we move forward, I think Rebecca, she's fighting a battle within herself because I think she wants to like Ted. She realizes what was going on, and she's like, and a lot of us have had inner battles where there's a point where you realize like I got to stop doing what I'm doing, okay? But you just tear the Band-Aid off. You try to work your way out of certain situations, and she's in a hell of a bind. And I think this is, look, Keely's coming in and ripping the Band-Aid off for her. Rebecca's going to have to go tell her what the situation is, why everything happened. Look how Ted handles it. I don't know. We've seen Ted kind of, aside from his panic attack that we had in last episode, we've had him, kind of present to us a pretty straight line and a pretty consistent attitude. And I'm optimistic that he's going to be like, hey, this is, you did what you did for your own reasons. I'm here for mine. And if I'm predicting Ted Lasso, some sort of speech like, this is how we ended up together. This is how I ended up here. And like Ted, I think right now, given everything that happened in Ted's life, this is probably a good thing for him that this job opportunity came about, right? And sometimes that's life. Like good, bad, or otherwise, the situations that we find themselves in, and I'm not like a destiny, like it was a meant to be type person.
You're a density.
But shit, it feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? It sure feels like that sometimes. I mean, I've had situations in my life where I was like, oh shit, I don't know what's going on here. And then you look back a few years later, well, if that hadn't happened in that particular, fashion, or these sequence of events hadn't happened in this order, I might not be where I'm at right now. And I think Ted's pretty happy with life. And look, Rebecca hiring him, that's part of it. So I want to say that's where Ted's attitude is going to be, but it's so hard to say. And again, another incredible episode. I love the Diamond Dogs. I love the guys getting together. The interaction between Roy and Keely was so great. It's just, it's almost like this, just two completely different, different communication styles, right? Like, why didn't you text me back? I said I was busy. Like, and we all know what that, look, to not get a text back for 10 hours, like when you get left on red. I mean, some people, look, that's a lot, right? To not like, hey, whatever, 10 hours is a long time. But he was like, I was busy. Like, that's it. I was busy, and a lot of people might be like, what were you doing that you couldn't text me back? We've all been there, right? But it's like, it's just two vastly different communication styles, but they're finding common ground that they really like each other, which I think is interesting. So again, it's just first class writing, acting, presentation. Can't wait to see how the last two episodes of this season play out. And I'm kind of, I got to be honest, like I'm really excited for the next two seasons because Answer gets to watch for his first time. It's weird because it's like, we do this reaction channel, and of course, first time watch is kind of the hook for every reactor on YouTube and in other spaces. And there's a handful of times where we get to watch movies, and it's a lot of fun. I remember my first time watching Con Air with Mason Quinn. Oh, that was some of the most fun I've had. Just waiting for him to come off the fucking bus, But, Answer having seen this before, I feel like there's a little he's missing out on. So I'm really excited for him for season 2 and 3.
Well, this was the episode I was waiting for because the dart match. That is my favorite scene of season 1. Well, to date, no spoilers, obviously, but that is my favorite scene just because of just a classic. Again, I always say it, but Bill Lawrence, he always has to put on a classic monologue which teaches you something as they're delivering it. Yep. Whether it's about life or with Scrubs, in a medical field and how you can relate that to life, just like darts, relating it to life. And then he hits you with, if you asked me if I played darts, I said yes, every Sunday at the sports bar with my dad till he passed away at 16. And then he just barbecue sauce and just right through it. And I love at first he's just throwing it right-handed. Yeah. Like, oh, look at these. Oh, I forgot. I was left-handed.
That was so epic.
This is going to be a hoot.
Because look, I don't play darts or pool, but there's always like, look, if you're a super ultra casual, like I'll throw darts at a bar. I'm terrible at it. But there's always like this, ooh, somebody brought their own darts. And I'm sure there's levels of that too. Like I'm sure at some bar league, I'm sure there's got to be whatever.
Bar league, yeah.
No, not bar league. Just what I'm sorry, I don't mean, but there's like bar league darts, and then there's like probably professional darts. And, there's dudes who probably roll into a bar that have, oh, you've got your own darts. Those are nice. And there's probably the Ruperts out there. Like, I know fuck all about darts, but I'm sure there's some very high-end, super expensive darts that unless you're Rupert, you probably can't afford them. It's like pool cues, Like there's the guy who would bring his own pool cue, and you're like, oh, this
has a little case, has
this is
the
about to get
screw it together.
This is about to get serious, And I'm sure even for that, there's probably levels, multi levels. But that was a great scene, and to see somebody. Look, there's certain things in life that can't be bought. They cannot be bought. In that game, Ted just outclassed Rupert all the way around.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, that like I said, that was a scene I could not wait for you guys to see. I knew you'd love it. I knew you'd appreciate the quote, the whole like. They never once were curious. They always just judged me. They were never curious to find out anything about me. And I thought it was just a beautiful thing. So anytime I'm scrolling through Facebook and that will pop up every now and again, that scene. Well, that's I have to watch it because it's just it just draws you in.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole story. That's the whole story of Ted Lasso, is that he was underestimated. That dart game is the entire point of the whole show, that he was underestimated. And just two things I want to throw out there. One, it's so jarring when Rebecca acts the way she does with like the split personality. And then two is, and I got to go back and look, or maybe you folks can help me out, but does she only act like that when she's in the office? Because I'm trying to think of when she does that turn.
Well, and kind of on the pitch when they were burning everything.
Yeah.
She turned and like, she kind of turned. She wasn't all the way there, but yeah, she kind of turned.
It seems like when she's in the office, that's when evil Rebecca seems to come out.
Because I think it's like in there, you're also surrounded by everything that reminds her of Rupert and what happened.
Well, I think we got that last episode from Sassy when Sassy said, "This isn't who you are.
That's not Bex.
You let somebody else. Somebody else. Turn you into this person," which again is a very real thing that we see with people where they go through a situation or a trauma and it can be hard to recognize even for your closest friends, and you hope that at some point they get back to who they are. And at this point, I think we're all hopeful that Rebecca gets back to being herself. But I got a couple more episodes at least in season 1.
And then I totally forgot about the paparazzi picture with Keely and Ted, and it's interesting to see that come back. And I wonder if that's going to be the catalyst. Maybe finally for Rebecca to be like, I've been doing all this stuff to people that now care about me and that I care about them. Why am I doing this to them? Why am I trying to undermine the very people that I care about?
Well, and I like the way that they had Keely deliver that line, because Keely and Rebecca have gotten very close. She could have walked in and been like, hey, I just found out about this. She didn't. No bullshit. She just came in and said, this is what I found. You could tell she's mad. She didn't go into I thought we were friends. I trusted you. How could you do this to me? It wasn't even about her. It was about Ted.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine that Roy also knows about it too, which is the one thing oh boy, does Roy know about what happened too?
Well, I'm sure if they saw it, I'm sure Keely explained it. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
But he's meaning as far as then Roy knows.
Rebecca's with what Rebecca's doing.
Like Roy knows that Rebecca tried to. And look, if I'm Roy and I'm a member of this team and I found out that happened, Roy's personality, I'm going to go out there and fucking play my heart out like I never did before. That's the thing. Like, everybody takes their motivation different. Some people, whether they doubt, look, there might be some people where it's like, oh, I can't believe you did this to me, and it depresses them. And then they just don't have the energy or the willpower to play. And some people are going to be like, all right, fuck you, watch this, And I think that's Roy's personality is, oh, you were going to personally tank the team I'm on? Okay, we'll see how that plays out. Like, for me, that's motivation. But again, amazing writing.
Yep.
2 episodes left in this first season for these knuckleheads to get through so I can start enjoying brand new episodes of Ted Lasso.
Don't be such a wanker.
Exactly. Hey, this is so much fun. So for Appleton Hoke, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. Barbecue sauce.